Hello and welcome to Scan 365. We're at the Fecal Fest
Yes, the 2010 Spring Fecal Fest.
at the Woodland Park Zoo. I've never been to the Fecal Fest before, and I'm here with Dr.Doo.
That's right, Dr.Doo, the Prince of Pooh, Lord of the Lord.
All right, and how long have you been doing this, Dr.Doo?
I've had the privilege of being here for almost 5 years now.
All right, and Dr.Doo is going to tell us a little bit about these steaming piles of poo behind us. Which one would you like to start with, Dr.Doo?
Well, we can start with this one here. Well, this pile is a new pile, and what we're doing here is we're creating a habitat for microbes. And we take the poo from all our herbivores and we mix it with a little bit of hay, a little bit of wood chips, and a little bit of water if we need to, and it creates the perfect environment for microbes to come in and do all the work. So I'm kind of a hospitality coordinator for a large dinner party, and the first guests that we have in there are the thermophilic bacteria, and you can see they're already participating in the party. All that steam coming off of it is because they're enjoying themselves, eating, and exponentially reproducing, generating all that hot, steamy heat. This is the way I measure the health of my piles, by telling how warm they are. Looks like this, and we just stick it in the pile. Any guesses to how warm this one is?
I'd say maybe about 500 degrees.
500 is a little hot, but it is incredibly hot in there. So we'll find out in just a second. But as the piles start to heat up, I can tell where we are in the composting stage. Initially, for the first month, 6 weeks, it's very warm, and then it gradually cools back down to ambient temperature. So this one, it's at about 149, and just starting to tip over 150.
Wow.
So it's going up a little higher. So that's about where I like it, just a little over 150. That helps to kill pathogens as well as the weed seeds.
I know that it's a big pile of dew, but who brings you the dew? Where does it come from?
Well, the zookeepers bring me all the dew, but it's not theirs technically. It comes from 26 different non-primate herbivores here at the Woodland Park Zoo. And then it's collected from the different exhibits and it's brought to me here in the Zoo yard. A lot of the color has to do with the stage of processing where it's at. The material that is just started and been mixed together is a little more colorful. You can see some of the light browns, the lighter yellows, some of the grass and the hay sticking out, and so that rainbow of mixtures is what's newly started. As we progress further on, you'll see that the color begins to darken, and by the time we're done, it's really quite dark. Also, you can distinguish between the two different products, the bedspread and the Zoo. So here at the Zoo yard, we kind of think that this is where the cycle of life begins and ends and continues, because we get the manure from the animals, we mix it up with the hay and the wood chips, it's broken down by the microbes, it turns into compost, which then feeds plants, and then the plants are eaten and turns into more poo, and then it goes back to the Zoo yard. Well, not that one, but poo comes back in the Zoo yard and continues, and that's what we're doing here. So if people want to get their own Zoo, they can call the Poop Hotline. It's 206-625-POOP, or they can check the website zoo.org for all the information. We do it twice a year, in the spring and the fall.